said you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song.
Welcome to Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged with your host, Brain Fitzpatrick. Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged is a snapshot of the day-to-day experiences of disabled individuals as they navigate the world around us. We wish to shed light and open your eyes on a new perspective of people with disabilities. And by going unplugged, we can discuss viewpoints we hope will challenge our viewers' points of view. Most of us have disabilities we must live with, but what defines us is the way we deal with them. And now, here's your host, Brain Fitzpatrick.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Brain Fitzpatrick bringing you an episode of Wheeling the Pathways of Life. Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged. I have a couple new items, and one of them I want to spend a little bit of time on explaining what I'm going to be doing. And one of them is a very exciting, it's exciting for me. The first one that I want to talk about is, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, I've always got the UCP logo up, as they are a big supporter of me on my day-to-day living. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is spending some time between Pittsfield and the North Adams office. And that is to get, it's going to be twofold. It's going to give me some room to work other than my house, but it's also going to give me an opportunity to get different perspectives from different clients and different topics that I can bring you. And I can tell you, I can also talk to the administration and see if I can get more involvement with UCP back online. What I mean is back online, meaning they were a more active participant before, but we are in the process of picking that back up, and we're working on, I'm going to be working on getting new topics and new perspectives on other people with disabilities, and we'll see how it goes. We're going to be getting other people's perspectives on disabilities and other people's perspectives on the political side of what they go through as far as needing services or getting services. But the other avenue that I'm exploring and just got approval for, this show will be also broadcast on video delay on northern Berkshire County television in North Adams. And I'd like to thank Matthew Tucker for that opportunity. And just again, we're trying to expand my reach and my reach and my results, my reach and my story. We're trying to get other people's stories in situations that will hopefully inspire you and also put you in a position where you might be going through some of the same things these other people do, and or you might have a question about the agencies, and I can better answer that question because I have time up there. In the very near future, I may even post it online once I get my schedule of when I'm going to be in certain places between the Pittsfield office and the North Adams office of UCP of Western Mass. I will post that and let you guys know when I'm going to be up there and what I'm going to be doing. There is no, in my opinion, there is no better crew to work with between Pittsfield Community Television and UCP of Western Mass. As UCP always says, and this is part of the mission statement, UCP is a life. UCP's mission statement is life without limits. I like to say life without natural limits, because everybody has limits that we need to be aware of, and we all have natural limits as human beings, but there's no other limit other than the natural limit that the natural limit that people have is the only limit that people with disabilities should have. If you have agencies and people that are willing to work with you, the limits that are posed should not be anything that's man-made. It should be limited to what you're physically able to do. There should never be any I won't say never, but there shouldn't be a need for psychological limits to be placed on anybody. The last thing you want is to be downgraded. The worst thing you can do for somebody that has a disability is psychologically beat them up. Tell somebody they're not worth anything. You know, as I always say, God makes us the way we are. And believe me, if there wasn't a purpose for me being here, I wouldn't be here. If there wasn't a purpose for me doing what I'm doing right now, talking to you, God's got me in this position. I've been in this position for at least 3 or 4 years now doing combination radio and TV. Between WRS and WTBR 89.7 and now Pacific Community Television Channel 1301. God's got me here for a reason, and God's got big plans for me. And until I can't do it no more, or God tells me to stop doing what I'm doing because it's not being successful anymore, that's when I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing. Other than that, you're gonna see my smiling face as much as I can. And the more I expand and the more I talk to people and the more I deal with people on a regular basis, you know, I'm finding there's more and more stuff to do. People don't realize with a disability and advocating for a disability, yes, I do a show every week, but I do a lot more work than just on Thursday putting together shows. In my process, I'm coming up with ideas and topics and different situations to explain to you and to demonstrate to you what it is like being disabled. But more importantly, I'm trying to show the similarities or the non-comparative lifestyle that we actually have, because people say we have to be put in a category. The only category we have to be put in as is the category people put us in. Okay? As disabled people, I am a normal person, but I'm in a wheelchair. Yes, I need help eating. Yes, I need help going to the bathroom. But I have normal feelings like everybody else. I have normal reactions. Some of my reactions are more pronounced because I get frustrated a lot because of the fact that I have to rely on people to do just about everything. But the other factor is people have to realize, okay, and this is very, very important. As much as I can do independently, let me do. As much as I can do myself, let me do it, because I need, and even though people want to help, I've got God to help too. God will tell me whether I can handle something or not. I mean, yes, we have wisdom to know physically whether we can handle something. But God gives us challenges, and God gives us purposes for those challenges. And if we don't try to overcome them ourselves, we're not going to learn anything from it. For an example, I've got a couple light switches at home that sometimes I have to turn on and off myself. And people are like, all of a sudden they're like, oh, let me get that for you. It's like, no. Because what if you're not there and I need to do it myself? Then if I don't do it myself, then I'll lose the ability to do it in the future. My body has a lot harder time with muscle memory than most able-bodied people do. So, as much as I can use my muscles to do what I need to do on a regular basis, then I will. Then I should do that. But also, if people just go and do things for me, then that doesn't give me a sense of accomplishment. That doesn't give me a sense of, again, even though there is a purpose, we as human beings need to see the purpose and let the purposes come to us. We need God to give us the purposes and give us the tools to use those purposes for good. And if we're not afforded the opportunity because this is easier for somebody else to do, then we're missing out on opportunities to talk to people. We're missing out on opportunities to witness to people biblically. We are missing out on opportunities to interact with other people, human. We are missing out on opportunities to have human interaction. And the reason why we are here, in my opinion, and this is not the opinion of the station or any of its participants except me, and as the producer of the show, I am saying this only from my perspective. If you don't give us the opportunity, if we're not given the opportunity to have interactions physically and mentally, we are missing out on opportunities to reach people. We are missing out on opportunities to see what other people have to offer us. And even though we are physically, when I say we, I mean the disabled community as a whole, we are missing out on opportunities to learn from other people and learn their struggles and know exactly where we won't, I know what I'm going to say. We won't know where God wants us if we're not put in situations where we can figure it out. And we will never stop learning as human beings until the day we die. We will learn more when we die, but we will learn the purpose of why we're alive when we die. But we will learn that as we go, but as you become closer to going to heaven, we will be shown the light and the purposes for our lives. And my purpose right now is to not only help people struggling, but help myself realize that I am doing what I'm doing for a purpose, not only to keep myself busy, but to keep myself going from going into a depression, from going into a, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. Because there is so much opportunity for me to say, oh, poor me, why am I here? Well, I am learning that I've got so much time on my hands that I need to keep busy, focus on God's work, and focus on what I can do to enlighten other people on what's really out there for services and what kind of services still need to be explored, and what kind of services that we don't necessarily need money for, we just need the expertise to do. There's not, yes, there's money involved because there's services and people involved, but sometimes you just need a different perspective from different people to know, hey, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of doing it that way. Life is not to the point where you're gonna make it hard for everybody. Life is not meant to be easy, but it is not meant to be all putting your nose to the grindstone every minute of every day. You gotta lift your head up and enjoy life, and if you don't, if you look at where you are in life all the time without looking at other people and other people's situations, you can very easily get into a depression and say, I'm on my own. I hate to tell you, not all handicapped people are as severe as I am, but there are a lot worse off people than me. Kelsey, if you can just go out for a second, I will say something again. I know people will say, as they see me in a chair, that there's not much worse than this right now. But what is worse is not being able to communicate, not being able to go from point A to point B. Okay, Kelsey, you can come back in. Not being able to go from point A to point B, not being able to make decisions for yourself. But the hardest thing for me to deal with right now is being listened to and being respected on the decisions I make. They may not be decisions that my caregivers make, that my caregivers like, or that, or that my caregivers would do, or my parents, or my sister. but it's my life. And I'm going to live it the way God wants me to live it. And if that means in a respectful way, disregarding what people are saying, if it's against the Bible or if it's against morally what I know is right, then I'm not going to do it. But I will not weigh it on what people say. I'll weigh it on what God says and see if that's what I need to do. When we come back, we will continue this conversation. We will be right back. Whoops.
You're the God of this city. You're the King of these people. You're the Lord of this nation. You are. You're the light in the darkness. You're the hope to the hopeless. You're the peace to the restless. You are. There is no one like our God. There is no one like you, God. Greater things have yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city. You're the Lord of creation, the creator of all things. You're the King above all kings. You are. You're the strength in our weakness. You're the love to the broken. You're the joy in the sadness. You are. There is no one like our God. There is no one like you, God. Greater things yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city. As glory shines from hearts alive with praise to you and love for you in this city. Greater things are yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city. Greater things yet to come, greater things are still to be done here. Thank you, God, you are not done here, Lord. Greater things in this city. Oh, Lord. Thank you, God.
Good afternoon, folks. This is Brian Fitzpatrick bringing you an episode of Wheeling the Pathway of Life. And yes, Nick, there are many things in the city to be done. And with God, we can do all things. But with God's direction and the gifts that I have and half of the disabled community, and let's face it, half of the city and all of this country, if we all work together, we can make this country as good as it can be. Although it's not going to be as good as it will be when we get to heaven. But that's just my opinion. But while we're here, there's nothing that says we have to take a standard and say, we've done everything we can. Let's not do any more. Let's try to get as much done as we can and invite as many people as we can to join in the fight and join in because there's plenty of work to be done. And unfortunately or fortunately, the work will continue long after I'm gone. And I encourage people watching my show and to know that the work will go on even after I'm gone. I'm just starting to do the work. People need help to help me get the work done as much as I can, but I need people to realize I can't do it without you. And one of the ways you can get a hold of me is by going to Wheeling the Pathways at gmail.com. Wheeling the Pathways at gmail.com. And also, I will be posting my hours between all the facilities that I'm going to be at. I'm going to be at North Adams office tomorrow, probably between 11 and 2 to 3, maybe even 3 o'clock. But I will be in Pittsfield on Tuesday, probably about 10 a.m. till maybe about 1:30, depending on how things go. I'm gonna post my hours because they may change depending on needs and availability for space up there. Up in North County, I will be at and my crew can check me on this after, but 535 Current Highway in North Adams tomorrow. If anybody wants to stop by between like 11 and 1 or 2 tomorrow, and then I'll be in Pittsfield at 208 West Street, both UCP offices on 535 Current Highway and 208 West Street in Pittsfield. If you can, drop me an email, let me know which location you're going to be coming to, and then you can stop by on an appointment basis and meet with me and tell me your story, and possibly we'll get you on the show. I'd like to have people from North County and Central County on the show talking about their experiences, not only with UCP, but with the disabled community as a whole. And then in the future, in a very short order, I will be setting up a town hall meeting along with the mayor's office, talking about disabilities and governmental challenges involving the disabled community, and I'm inviting people to come out to that. I will give you some dates when I've got them, but we are starting that campaign hopefully by next week. I can have the mayor on my show if I'm able to do a show next week. I will try to have the mayor on and try to get in touch with some of the stakeholders so you guys know what's going on, and I will keep you guys up to date on what's going on. And I will always be willing to scrap and change what I want to say based on the guests that I have. I mean, I have things I want to say, but as I always say, this show is for you, and your circumstances are more important to me in some cases than anything I've got to say. If it's important, I will say it, but the most important thing to me is getting your opinions out there, getting your take on what's going on, and in turn, I'm getting my opinion out by getting your opinion out there as well, because it takes the whole village. If I can steal a line, it takes a village to get things done. And my village is very vast when it comes to dealing with disabilities, because remember, every one of us has a disability. Every one of us needs help. And if you don't know what help is, or you don't know how to ask for it, that is what I call a disability. Being in a chair is not necessarily a disability. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge that can be overcome with the assistance of a wheelchair, But if there's no way for people to get to the equipment because they don't know where the equipment is and how to get it, what good is the equipment if he can't get to it? What good is the equipment if you don't have people knowledgeable that it is out there to be used? And what good is it for people if you don't use it in the way it's intended? There's plenty of stuff that's in this world that is supposed to be intended for one purpose, but that purpose is that there's so much equipment like computers and stuff like that. The computers are not being used for what they're meant to be used for. YouTube is educational, but I mean, there's so much out there on YouTube, and there's so much out there on other stuff that really could be scaled back and then put some more educational and uplifting stuff on there. This is my own opinion. Quite frankly, who cares what you had for breakfast? Who cares what time you got up in the morning? That's not really anything you should be putting out there on Facebook. What I'm doing right now and what I'm suggesting to people and what I'm using the media outlets for is, in my opinion, what it's intended for. And that is to be used for a good purpose and very respectful and very needed purpose. And this is what the word community is. This is what the word community means to me. It's sharing information with the people around you and who you deal with on a daily basis. And the more I do this show, the more people I deal with on a daily basis, and the more I'm proud to actually do it. But I'm not only proud, but I'm humble that a little 48-year-old quadriplegic in a chair is respected and being asked to do what he loves to do in other areas, and I get as much fulfillment as I can, and I hope you get as much fulfillment and assistance that you can and that I can give you. And if you need any more information or any more assistance that I don't have, I can reach out to people and get the information and bring it back to you. Now, I'm going to say this. the government in Massachusetts and this country needs to hang on, because the information that I'm gathering, and God is telling me to do this, may bring up big waves for the city and could bring up many waves for this country when we have this discussion at the library, if it happens, because there's so much out there that people don't know. So much abuse of people with disabilities in nursing homes and hospitals. People don't like to talk about it, but I'm going to expose the real truth and see what we can do about it. And it's my calling and my duty to you as disabled community and as the general public community to expose it so you can see what's really going on out there. And it's up to you and I as human beings to do what we can to make it better. But if we don't do it now, if we don't make an effort to do something about some of these things, God isn't gonna do what He has to do to make it better, because we as human beings need to step out and do what we can to make this life better for us. And then God will supersede and take over and do what He has to do once we show Him that we're willing to accept responsibility and take on the helping our fellow man and woman and do what we can to make this world a better place. We can't do it all, but we gotta start somewhere. And this show is going to do just that. Start somewhere, and there's no better time than right now. So, again, if you have any questions or any concerns, and any questions about what I'm going to be doing in the 2 locations at United Cerebral Palsy of Western Mass, please get a hold of me, and I will be putting stuff up on Facebook and showing you what I can week after week, and utilizing other people's stories to bring things to light that I feel would be useful. I want people to realize that yes, we are physically challenged, but we are more capable and more willing to work. People don't want us to work. People don't want us to do the things we want to do because they don't see our capabilities. But I'm going to show them that I am capable of doing a lot more, and half of the city is more capable of doing what they say that we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do, but there's some things we won't do. And there's a big difference between won't and can't. Can't means there's no other way, there's no way you can physically do it or mentally do it. But if you say you won't do it, that's a choice. But physically not being able to do it, that's something entirely different. But just because I physically can't do something physical, doesn't mean I can't do it mentally. And my brain is constantly working. So again, folks, please get on with me if you need any information. And again, let me give you those addresses just in case. I am working with 2 locations for United Cerebral Palsy of Western Mass. I will be at 535 Current Highway on Friday mornings into the afternoon, and I will be on Tuesdays. I will be at 208 West Street, and then the Cerebral Palsy of Western Mass's Pittsfield office at 208 West Street. Hours will vary depending on what develops, so I will post those. But please get hold of me at Wheeling the Pathway of Life if you need any information, and you can get hold of me. Other ways, I will publish those as needed, but I will say I can't do it without you. I can't do it without people telling me what they need, and I will do everything I can. I will stay up 24 hours a day. Please don't make me do that, but just the fact that I would do it should tell you that I'm dedicated to helping people, and I'm dedicated to getting the word out there that something needs to be done, and someone other than human being, the biggest human being, needs to be recognized, and that's Jesus Christ. And as much as I can, I will continue to live my life for Him, and in turn, help as many people as I can. With that, folks, have a good afternoon, and I will hopefully see you next week. With that, folks, have a good afternoon, and we will be in touch soon. Thank you.
You can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song. 'Cause when the